Welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So the Samsung Galaxy Tab A 8.0 is one of the best value tablets out there, especially in the lower budget tablet range. And I did actually do some reviews on this tablet. However, the one thing that I left out is the one thing that I think a lot of people really don't consider whenever they have their tablet, and that is the cameras. So this one has a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera, and most people don't use these tablet cameras for a good reason, because most of the times the quality sucks. But the cameras are there, so why not test it out and see how this actually performs? So that's what I'm going to do today. So before we get into the camera quality, let's go ahead and go over the specs that this 8-inch tablet had. Now in terms of the screen resolution, it is 1280 by 800. It has a 16 by 10 aspect ratio with a PPI density of 189, and the type of screen that it's using is a TFT capacitive LCD touchscreen. And in terms of the processor that is running, is using a Qualcomm Snapdragon 429 running at 2 GHz and using an Adreno 504 GPU. And the version of Android that it ships with is Android 9.0 or Android Pie. And in terms of RAM, it has 2 gigs of RAM with 32 gigs of storage, but it also has a micro SD card slot that will allow you to upgrade it to 512 gig, which is a great thing. And now finally we talk about the most important things with the specs for this video, and that is the two cameras. The rear main camera is a 8 megapixel autofocus camera, and then the selfie camera is 2 megapixels, and the max resolution this can record is 1080p at 30 frames per second. And so the first thing that I'm testing is the front facing camera. Now this is at a lower resolution, so the quality is not going to be as good as the rear facing camera, but the benefit of using the front facing camera is that you can actually see yourself on the screen, so you know how your shots look like and you know that you are in focus. And so now let's see how the rear camera performs. And so now I'm testing out the rear facing camera, and since I can't see the screen, I'm not sure if I'm in frame or even if I'm in focus. But if I am, the rear camera should give you better quality because it is at a higher resolution. And if you're going to be using this for YouTube, then maybe you'd want to use the rear facing camera and just kind of figure out a way to get yourself in frame and in focus. Okay, so now we're testing it out vlog style outdoors. And so this should look better because obviously there's more light out here. So right now I'm doing this with the front facing camera. And it's not too bad at all in terms of just filming while you're walking. So let's go ahead and try the rear camera to see what the difference is. Okay, so now I'm testing out the rear camera. And once again, just like I was indoors, since I can't see the screen, I'm not sure if I'm in frame or I'm in focus. But this should look better with the rear camera. And I'm not sure about the stabilization, if there is any differences between the two cameras. So let's go ahead and test that out. So now I'm testing out the front-facing camera for stabilization. I don't expect this to look great at all because it is at a lower resolution, and also the tablet doesn't have built-in stabilization. So let's see how this looks like compared to the rear-facing camera whenever you are walking. And so now we're testing out the stabilization with the rear camera. Now I don't expect this to work really good because it's not really what this tablet is made for. But overall, you can still tell what's going on even when you do have motion, as long as you don't have too much motion and you're not on too many bumpy surfaces. And so now that we've seen how things look like when you are in motion, this is how videos look like when you are not in motion with the front-facing camera. So let's see how the rear-facing camera looks. And so now we're shooting this with the rear-facing camera, and obviously this should look a lot better than the front-facing camera. And whenever you are outdoors, it's going to look a lot better than when you are indoors, because this really doesn't do well in low light situations. And so if you had to use your tablet, the overall quality is going to be a lot better when you're outdoors and when you're using the higher resolution rear-facing camera. So when it comes to photography quality, this tablet is just not good at all. Even if you are outside, the pictures overall are very muddy, it's noisy, and you just simply don't want to use this for photography. You actually get a little bit better quality just using this for video. For the best value in domain names, check out Namecheap, where you could get a domain for an entire year for less than $10, plus get WhoisGuard privacy protection for free. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. So that's my test of the front-facing and rear-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy Tab A 8.0 2019 edition. And as you could probably already tell, you probably never want to use this to take photos and especially video, because that's really not what it's made for, and the overall quality is probably okay at best, but most of the times it's just horrible. And so you're much better off just using your phone, and you're also going to look a lot less awkward trying to take videos or pictures of people with your tablet. So if you did have any thoughts on this, whether you have this tablet or any other tablet where you actually do use it for video photography, leave that in the comments area below. And if you wanted to see my original reviews of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 8.0, I will leave that in the description as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.